Hi, ladies. I hope you're doing good.
Hi.
It's been a week since we have met, and we're going to discuss a topic that is of great interest. What do you guys think of this topic? I want to hear your views. The American way or the American style of eating. What do you think? Tell me a little bit of your views. Belen, can you tell me a little bit of what you think or what comes to your mind when you hear about the American way or the American style of eating?
Well, I believe, well, I know so that it's not very healthy. It's not like other countries accustomed to maybe the American style of eating or way of eating is more fast food. Like everybody's um, in a rush to get to work, to get to school, and they'll just eat whatever on the go, usually in the car, and it's affecting our life, our health, and I think
Bethany,
it
sorry,
needs improve. It needs improvement.
you think it needs improvement? In
Yes.
what way? In what way do you think it needs improvement?
Um, more more, and maybe not advertising, or maybe yes, advertising, but it's hard. It's difficult because we have so many restaurants. We have so many restaurants that are just like advertising what they have, and it's difficult for us not to look at them. So I'm guessing maybe if there was more of places where you could get healthier foods, maybe it would be better.
What do you
Maybe.
think about, so you think that it's already in the culture? Is that what you're trying to say? That the culture has already been raised or created in that manner that it offers, um, well, it's convenience. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's what you're trying to say as well. It's convenient to buy a meal than to make a meal at home because it takes a lot longer. It takes time from your schedule, and a lot of the times it's a lot expensive. It's more
Yes.
expensive than just to go buy a cheeseburger at McDonald's.
Yeah. Hmm.
Bethany, what are your views? What are your thoughts of this topic?
I feel like here, especially in America, you know, like you said, that it's just easy. It's an easy path to, if you're hungry or you're craving something and you don't want to, you know, take so much time in cooking, then you just go straight to a restaurant or straight to, a local cafe and things like that. But it's not only that. I just feel like um, it's just I feel like the food here lacks a lot of nutrition, and they add a lot of chemicals, they add a lot of stuff for us to either get full or even gain weight. So I feel like right here it just lacks of nutrients, too much sugars that they add inside foods. And unlike other countries, they don't have that because most of their foods, they're organic, it's more healthier, and they even live longer. So that's what's the problem here, as you ladies say, that it does need a lot of improvement.
Right. So that brings us to our topic that we're going to discuss for the entire week. We're going to be reading an article and learning new vocabulary on the American way of eating. I want you guys to really enrich your vocabulary to find and be able to use different vocabulary words that we don't usually use on a constant basis, because sometimes we don't know how to use them. Sometimes it's other people or some people won't even understand us because from our vocabulary being so extensive, it has become really really small, because we have used words that have shortened, the ways that we express ourselves in a sense. So we're gonna read our article. Let me share the screen with you so we can take a better look at this issue. I would like Bethany to start with the title, reading the title of this article, and reading the first little paragraph that we have up here.
All right. So the title of this article is called "The American Way of Eating." Fast food is one of those things that the USA has given to the world. But while hamburgers and fries are seen worldwide as being typically American, in actual fact, Americans did not invent fast food. They just made it into a lifestyle.
What do you guys think of this first little paragraph? Did you guys know that we didn't invent, or they weren't the ones who created burgers and fries and French fries?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, so in this article, we're gonna learn new things. Belen, can you read the first paragraph starting this article, Americans, please?
Americans did not invent fast food, that one?
Yes.
And fast food any more than they invented cars or television. They were just the first to refine it into an art and spread the art worldwide.
Bethany, can you continue with before?
Yeah. Before Ronald McDonald was even born, the British were into hot fast food in the form of fish and chips. Precursors of today's drive-through, sit-down, or carry-out burger restaurants and other fast food outlets. British fish and chips shops have for many years been offering customers a real meal to eat in the street. In the olden days, people ate fish and chips wrapped in old newspaper and used their fingers to eat them with.
Very interesting. Did you guys know about that in Great Britain and also in countries that have been in a way have adopted the British culture? They have these, instead of fast food restaurants or instead of like McDonald's, they have fish and chips, fish and chip shops. And it's really interesting to see that they how they serve these things, how they serve this food. They put it in a paper, in a brown paper. They just put the burger in a brown paper and the chips in another little brown paper bag, and then that's how they serve it. That's how they give it to you, and you just eat. And I found it really interesting how they're local. They're in little corners. Like here in Mexico, we have like fonditas. We have the little restaurants in the streets. They have those in little streets too. So it's very, very interesting to see that.
Right.
What do you think about this, Belen?
About the fish and chips?
Yeah.
Well, to me, I just like to think back like how it's convenient, how it's just you're running, okay, you're going to work or running late to school, you're running late, you don't grab anything for breakfast, so you have these food stands, and then where you're waiting in line maybe for taxi or waiting for a taxi or waiting to get into a bus in a bus stop, and there's like a little stand there, so you're obviously going to buy something.
Right, because you're hungry at that time and you're nowhere home.
I feel like that's how it is. Like here in America, there's always a burger place around the corner. Anywhere you go, it's always going to be a burger place. And so I understand that there in Britain, there's always fish and chips because it's convenient. So their fish and chips is our burgers here in America. Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's continue with the other forms of fast. That's where we stopped, right?
In other forms, yeah.
Belen, can you start with other forms?
Other forms of fast food were common all over the world too. The packed lunch, some bread, and something to eat with was part of the daily routine of millions of industrial and agricultural workers all over Europe and North America for over a century. American style fast food.
So our country is a fairly new country, the United States, meaning so it's a fairly new country. So they're not the ones who invented the fast food industry, but they were the ones who refined it, who made it better, who spread it throughout the world. So that's what I mean that sometimes we believe as in the United States, a lot of people believe that they're the first ones who invented the fast food restaurant, that it was they were the first ones with the idea. No, that's not true. They were the ones who refined it to make it better, to make it faster, to make it a smoother process. But they were not the ones who invented this idea. So so this is we're gonna continue reading this article, and learning the vocabulary that that is in bold. Here we see some vocabulary that is in bold. Worldwide. Worldwide. How could we use worldwide in a sentence, Bethany?
Um, let's just say if you're buying a phone or something, or when you're watching TV, when you watch a sport, they say, "Oh, it's worldwide." You know, like everyone comes to see that specific sport, especially like the World Cup. You're like, "Oh, it's worldwide." You know.
Or an example like the pandemic. What was the pandemic? Was it just in one
Oh,
specific place?
no, it's worldwide.
It
That's
was
also
worldwide, right? It was
yeah.
everywhere in all the countries. Nobody was excluded from this pandemic. That is a different topic, but I just want you guys to understand a little bit this vocabulary, how we could use it in other topics, in other ways.